Today I'm in beautiful Okinawa and I am here for a fragrance review of Costa Azzurra Acqua, so stay tuned. So Costa Azzurra Acqua is a flanker of the 2014 Costa Azzurra by Tom Ford. It has top notes of lemon, juniper berry, and myrtle oil. The heart is cypress oil and pine needles, and the base is made up of labdanum, amber, and lettuce. So first off in the opening, this one is very light and fresh. It has a very airy quality to it. I do get a touch of the lemon and the juniper berries in this, but it doesn't actually come off as particularly citrusy or particularly fruity. There's just an undertone of that nature in my opinion. There's just this sort of fruity undertone in the opening. There's also a woodiness behind the airy freshness, and I do pick up a little bit of sweetness. The woodiness does come off slightly like driftwood to me, not very strong, much more toned down than the way people talk about the original, but it is sort of present and it is there. To me it comes off as a woodiness with a light drywood flavor. I think the sweetness is probably coming from the floral notes. I do pick up that a little bit, so I do get the labdanum, and it does create this lightly floral accord to it. And this is not overdone, so I'm not really a big fan of florals, but this one does come off quite nice, and it's not too overpowering, so I do enjoy the floral note there. So the opening is very fresh with a slight woody floral accord to it, and it's really quite nice. I think this is something that a lot of people are going to enjoy around you. So in the dry down, this one does retain a lot of its airy freshness. The fruity sort of flavor that it had in the opening is pretty much gone, so I don't really get any of the lemon or the juniper berries, and it does dry down into a woody, fresh, aromatic fragrance with a hint of floral in it as well. So it doesn't change dramatically from the opening, but it does certainly dry down somewhat differently, and it does have a much stronger woodiness in the dry down. But it is nice that it retains that light airiness that is one of the dominant qualities, I think, of this fragrance. So for performance, this one is actually pretty light. I think you can spray this one a little less conservatively if you want to. It's not something that projects like crazy, and it's not something that's really loud or overpowering, so it is very, very light and fairly subtle. It is certainly there. It does jump off my skin a little bit for the first few hours and then dries down into more of a skin scent. The longevity is probably one of the biggest problems, I guess, with this fragrance. I only get about 6 hours with it, and I guess that's ultimately not that bad considering it is a very light, fresh fragrance. You wouldn't expect great longevity from it, but of course 6 hours, I do complain a little bit about that, but it's still not bad. So overall, this is a very nice, light, fresh, woody fragrance with a hint of a floral note in it as well. This makes it extremely easy to wear. This is very inoffensive in my opinion. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this one, or they're at least not going to be upset about smelling it. So it is a nice one, and it's fairly versatile in that respect. So it's not something obviously for the winter. This is spring, definitely summer fragrance. You could definitely also wear this to the office. I don't know if I would really wear this in a formal occasion. I mean, it is a classy fragrance, but I don't know that it suits the mood that much, unless it's also very hot weather. So this is a nice, sort of laid back, relaxing fragrance, best suited for the hot weather, and it's very easy to wear. So it is overall an enjoyable fragrance. Performance does suffer a little bit. You know, I would prefer more than 6 hours, but it's not bad the way that it is. And I do like this one. This is also one that I think has some depth and character to it. So it does have that light, fresh, airy opening with the pine needles, and it has an added depth by having a woodiness and a floral accord underneath that. So it makes it a little bit more complex than just an average freshie, which is nice. I mean, it's ultimately still nothing that's extremely challenging to wear, but it is certainly something that's enjoyable, and I think other people enjoy it as well. So again, this is a fairly mass appealing fragrance in my opinion. Anyways guys, that is it for this one. If you haven't got your nose on Costa Azzurra Acqua, I don't know what you're waiting for. And as always, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.